Hello artists! I wanted to show you how to make a complex or fancy weaving. Something like this with multiple layers and a pattern of designs. You can even add decorations on the edge and on the back if you wanted to. So remember, to begin a weaving, we need a piece of paper. Once we fold our paper, I'm noticing that the folded side is happening right here, so I'm going to make a mark right here so I don't lose the folded side. And then fold using my muscles to press it down. Then, at the top, where the open side is, we need to draw a line going across. About the thickness of a ruler is probably a good gauge for how far down to make your line. Then, from this line to the creased side of the paper, we're also going to draw straight lines. I like to use a ruler to help me draw straight lines. So from the first line down to the crease. Line it up. From the first line down to the crease. Now, one way to make your weaving fancy is instead of drawing straight lines, you can make your lines be a different type of line. You could go with a wavy line. You could even do a zigzag line or any type of line that you wanted to cut out of your paper. So now that I've drawn my lines with one at top, and this is where I stop. I don't want to cut past this line. Then I'm going to take my scissors and carefully cut on my pencil lines and stopping at the line at the top. Now that I've got them all cut, remember, I open it and I can see all my cut lines. This is my loom. The loom is what holds my beautiful weaving. I also need to cut out a few pieces of paper to put in my weaving. I like to make sure I'm cutting the paper the right way. So I'm measuring the paper. Look, this would be the same width, so I'm going to cut this direction. To make some double layers, I'm going to cut the pink strips nice and thin. Okay, it goes this way, so that's the direction I'm going to cut. Remember, to weave, we go under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over, and slide it all the way up. Now to weave the next row, I want to do it opposite. The yellow is under here, so the opposite of under would be the yellow goes over, and I continue the pattern over, under, over, under, over, under, over, and under. And then when I slide it up, we can see a pattern. So this one's over. I'm going to make the next one go under, over, Another way to make your woven piece of paper seem and appear fancy is to add another layer on top. So I'm going to take this pink one and just weave it right on top of the yellow so it stays like that. To make sure that my weaving doesn't wiggle and move, I want to be sure to glue it down. Starting on the front, I'm going to lift up the flaps that are on the top, put a little bit of glue, and since I added an additional layer, I also want to lift that up and add a stripe of glue for it to stick onto. This one's on top, so I'm going to lift it up, put a dot of glue. Glue stick is best for this kind of weaving, and stick it down. And a line of glue for the purple to stick it down. I could add some decoration by cutting little strips at the bottom that will look like fringe. Another way to make your artwork get a little fancier is to draw on it.